I want this episode to open your awareness so you have the perception to see through that blatant statement when people throw around, I made $1 million in trucking. Yeah, that's good, but did you do it over the road? Did you do it regionally? Or did you do it locally? Because that makes a big difference. I want to talk about what does $1 million in trucking look like? Have you ever heard that blanket statement that goes like, I made $1 million in trucking this year? And that single statement can influence you to believe that's amazing. But what if I told you that there are 3 different levels of what grossing $1 million in trucking means? Don't be deceived by the perception of that statement, of that blanket statement, because there's 3 important layers to that statement. Today, I'm going to open your awareness so you understand the 3 levels. I want to break down the different levels of perception so that you can have the awareness to ask the right questions when people throw out their numbers on how much money they made in trucking. So before I start, let me get my prayer in. Dear Lord, thank you for allowing me to have the resources to shoot this content. I ask you, Lord, that you use my tongue in a way to where every word that comes off my tongue is pleasing to you. I ask you, Lord, that you use this content to bless the people who is meant to serve. I ask you, Lord, that, as the viewers watch this content, it will provide a higher level of awareness that will translate to transformation in their lives and in their mental life as well. Lord Jesus, maybe, I don't know how long this episode is until all the cuts are done, but nevertheless, whether someone watches for 2 minutes, 1 minute, 5 seconds, I pray that the people who watch this episode, they watch it for the time that they're supposed to watch it for, because maybe there's someone that's just waiting for one certain minute mark or waiting for one certain sentence, and that minute mark of that sentence in this video will bridge the gap to give them the aha moment that will allow them to walk into their purpose or grab their vision with a more clearer lens. And Lord, I just ask that you use my content and use these episodes in a way that it will provide people with transformation, it will provide people with awareness, and it will cause a ripple effect of just blessings. And Lord, I thank you in advance, and thank you for all the struggles that I've gone through that has even led me to be able to speak on this platform and teach people the things that I overcame in trucking. And in Jesus' name I pray, amen. Let's get to it. So, you see, when I see ads and people saying they did 200,000 in trucking this year, or 500,000 trucking this year, or did 1 million trucking this year, you have to know the levels in it. For example, doing $1 million in trucking with your trucks doing over the road, doing $1 million in trucking with your trucks doing regional, doing $1 million in trucking with your trucks doing local, these are 3 different $1 million. These are 3 different levels because they all have different levels of exposure that can either lessen your expenses or dramatically increase your expenses. They all have different profit margins. They all have different levels of exposure on your CSA score. They all have different bottom lines, even though the gross revenues are identical. I spent a lot of time, a lot of money, sleepless nights to understand this and go through each level of millions in trucking to know this. You see, grossing $1 million with your trucks over the road is more exposure to weigh stations and getting pulled in, more exposure to not passing inspections or dealing with a disgruntled DOT inspector that woke up on the wrong side of the bed and is hungry to ding you for something during an inspection so he can meet his quota. Also, it's more gas you spend, more exposure to possible accidents because you're driving in different terrains constantly, etc. Now, grossing $1 million with your trucks doing regional is a little less exposure due to those things, but most importantly, your annual fuel costs can go down by 20 to 30%, which is more money going back to your bottom line. More money to your bottom line is more cushion for you to be able to take care of any unexpected breakdowns or any other random of events that can cost you money. Because in trucking, one thing I can tell you in trucking is the industry of random events, okay? That can cost you some money. Now, let's go to the last one. Grossing $1 million with your trucks running locally is a different ball game because it's even more or less exposure to weigh stations. Sometimes none at all, depending on what you got going on. There's some local gigs that you will never pass a weigh station, so you never getting pulled in. And I know this to be true. Now, your annual fuel expenses compared to over-the-road trucking will decrease by 30 to 60%. And that's a game changer. That's a game changer to your bottom line. The higher your bottom line, the more financial protection you have over your trucking company. The stronger your defense is, and also you have the option to scale quicker, and you're not subject to FMCSA hours of service if you operate within a 150-mile radius of your operating base if you don't exceed past 14 hours. Look up, I know this by heart, look up FMCSA code 395.8 and 395.11 to understand the full exemption of this rule. But this is why there are 3 different levels to doing $1 million in trucking. You see, when someone says they made X amount of dollars in trucking, ask them, was it over the road, was it regional, or local? Because that matters significantly. There's people who've been in trucking for years and never experienced grossing $1 million in trucking with their trucks never leaving the state.
Do you want to shift careers? Are you thinking of entering the trucking industry and want to know how to start your own company? We invite you to enroll in the Fleet Mastery Blueprint training. This training serves as a guiding light for beginners who want to break into the trucking industry and for those already involved who want to take their operations to the next level. Using insider secrets applied by highly successful multi-million-dollar trucking enterprises. Our approach goes beyond mere theory. It offers an inside look into the inner workings of a thriving business. This training presents you with a clear and well-defined path derived from real-life experiences, ready to guide you right from the beginning. Whether it be understanding the fundamental aspects of starting your trucking company or implementing strategies for growth, this training will be your trusted companion on the journey to financial success. Learning is an exhilarating adventure, and if you want to ignite your ambitions, our doors are wide open. Come aboard, register today, and start your journey of success in the trucking industry.
That takes a lot of skill and a different level of intention. And I teach exactly how I did it in my course and how I do it every year. When I first got into trucking, I got caught into the hype of you have to run over the road to make the most money. It's not true. It's a lie. And I was resistant to the idea of running a lesser amount of states because I was being counseled by people who didn't do trucking at a high level. You see, if you're trying to scale to 10 to 20 trucks, that's a big vision. And someone who is doing trucking, not with the intention to do it at a high level, or they are okay with doing it mediocre, he won't be able to counsel you properly. See, someone who's running 5 trucks, and doesn't want to go higher, will not understand the level of running 15 plus trucks and how to do it efficiently day and night, because it's a different ball game and a different level of systems. And when I got into trucking, my vision was to always run as many trucks that can support my lifestyle and it can support the lifestyle I aspire to have. Now, it didn't happen overnight, but you have to find this. You got to find the sweet spot of trucks that make sense for you in your operations and the lifestyle that you have or the lifestyle that you aspire to have. If your trucks are running over the road, ask yourself, can I make the same money regionally? If your trucks are running regionally, ask yourself, can I make the same money locally? If your trucks are running locally, then ask yourself, can I make the same money over the road but without leaving my state? You see, I was so reluctant to ask myself those questions at one point in my life because, questions open up the mind. You see, it would actually trigger me because I was so narrow-minded due to the bad advice I was getting from simple-minded people that were in the trucking industry, but they had no vision. There's so many ways to skin a cat, meaning there's so many niches in trucking, you will be blown away that will make you a lot of money in such a short amount of time. And that's what I hone in on inside my course, the Fleet Mastery Blueprint Training. Again, ask yourself, is it possible? And if you believe it's possible and that's what you want, then ask the Lord to not give you the opportunity, but instead ask the Lord to give you the awareness. Because when you lack awareness, you can't see the opportunity that will change your life and change your trucking company, even if the opportunity is right in front of you. But with awareness, you can recognize an opportunity that don't got a check attached to it. And that's why I want to make this episode so you can have the true understanding and see through the perception of that blatant statement when people throw around and say, I made $1 million trucking this year. There's levels to it. Now, you have the understanding now to choose what level you want to be on and which one makes sense to you. And again, you see, there's people that be like, oh, ain't no money in trucking, and well, what you talk about? The reason it's low, the market is low, right? See, I don't respond to foolish people, I don't respond to foolish comments, because see, people that make foolish statements, they're not looking for a solution. Their mindset is shifted to just look at problems. Their mindset isn't shifted to focus on solutions, okay? And people that have the mindset that just focus on problems, those are the ones that just throw it all day. Ain't no money in trucking. Man, you know you're talking about trucking is dead, race bad, low word, blah, 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 blah. But when your mindset is shifted to focus on solution, you will ask questions that will open up your mind that can lead you to be able to overcome the struggles that the crowd is going through. Because now your mindset is operating like the crowd. Your mindset is operating in the field of solution and being solution-based thinking and not problem-based thinking. And that's why I want this episode to open your awareness to see through that blatant statement when people throw around, I made $1 million in trucking. Yeah, that's good, but did you do it over the road? Did you do it regionally? Or did you do it locally? Because that makes a big difference. I just want people just to have a higher level of awareness in this game. And you know, for the longest, I thought I had a money issue. I wasn't having a money issue. I had a mindset issue. Because with the right mindset, you will learn and have the wisdom to keep money and grow money. But with the wrong mindset, you can have money and lose it. And that wrong mindset will have you in a hamster wheel trying to scratch and claw and get it back. And you blaming every other thing as the problem, but it's not really the problem. And that wrong mindset can block your lens. And that's why it's so important to shift your mindset so you can have the lens to see the opportunity that's right in front of you. And that's why I lagged. Every single day, there's opportunities of abundance that will change your life. But if you have the wrong mindset, it will block your lens. But with the right mindset, you will see so much opportunities coming past you all day long. Yo, I had no intention to even go this long on YouTube. I had no intention to make these amount of videos I made so far. It was just God that opened my mind to just keep on writing and to look at the bigger picture. I just wanted to shoot like 6-8 episodes and be done and go about my life. Cause you know, content wasn't my thing. Being in front of the screen wasn't my thing. My thing was just being in the field and just doing trucking. But the Lord had to open my mind and show me that it's not about me. For me to be able to serve at a higher level, I need to open my mind and ask Him to lead me and give me the strength and the team to support me to be able to designate the time to allocate to deliver you guys all the solutions to all the struggles I've gone through. So you can go around my mistakes and compile my solutions along with other solutions and along with the other solutions that other people teach in trucking And when you combine all of that, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to succeed. And I went a little longer than I expected, but nevertheless, thank you for tuning in today. And I pray that this episode will bless you. I pray that whoever this episode was for, where they just needed a certain minute mark or a certain time mark that was meant to serve them and bless them, I pray that you made it to that point. And I will see y'all on the next episode. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.